Well gang, it's been over a year since I last covered Criss Angel, and that's mainly because I felt like there's really no point in trying to top what I did last time, but for the final video this Halloween season, I figured I'd make an exception. Especially because we're going to be taking a look at the Mindfreak Halloween special, something I didn't know existed and quickly discovered the only way I could watch it was by ordering the DVD. So I did just that. Much less money spent doing that than I have in the past for a Criss Angel video, so I'll take what I can get. Of course, Mindfreak is the hit 2000s reality show following Criss Angel as he travels around, mostly Las Vegas, freaking the minds of people with his tricks and illusions whether they like it or not. And they often don't. Oh my God, oh my God. And that is no exception this episode, so we might as well just jump right in.
Are you ready? It's All Hallows Eve, 79 years ago today at 1:26 p.m. Houdini died at the age of 52. I dedicate this episode to him, and in his memory, I'm going to attempt an escape that no human has ever tried. If I fail, I'll be cut into a million pieces.
So far, business as usual, the stakes are monumentally high, but if all goes to shit, it wouldn't be the first time we've seen Criss Angel die. That's one of his favorite things to do.
Hey, this is Criss Angel, welcoming you from the Magic Castle.
Alright, say what you want about Criss Angel, but he got that shit on right now. I mean, look at that.
What he wanted to do was cut himself into a million pieces. And the way he was going to do that was to shove his body through a wood chipper.
I just got word that a good friend of mine, Ayala, is performing right next door. I figured it'd be kind of fun to barge in on him.
Starting off in typical Criss Angel fashion, he's going to crash another magician's show and talk shit about card tricks, which... that's real rich, Criss Angel, real rich.
I want to know how many people here hate card tricks.
You taught me the 3-card Monty that I worked so hard to perfect and embarrass myself with in the last video, but whatever.
To be honest, man, you're not that good.
Criss,
Are you ready?
go stand back there for a second.
Impressive and a fine addition to the off-camera magic trick club. I myself am a connoisseur of the under-the-table magic trick club.
Happy Halloween. How about a trick?
Trick or treat! How about a trick? I'm gonna cut my hand off. Oh, I was really hoping for a Reese's or something like that. No, just watch.
Can I borrow your sweater? Are you cold?
I'm gonna take your jacket real quick. Are you cold? Dude, we're in fucking Nevada. Okay, I know I just made that joke about it being Nevada, but when I did go in January, it was like 38 degrees. I had to buy a jacket when I was there.
I'm gonna try to show you something, watch.
God damn, how old is that kid in the back? Get him on the basketball team, shit.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
And while that was an okay trick, I guess, we should just be thankful it wasn't his usual body horror magic tricks we have gotten accustomed to. Next on the itinerary here at the Magic Castle is Criss getting awarded Magician of the Year, which is a very high honor in the magician world. Probably. I should know, I am Criss James Mindfreak after all. I think I earned that title.
About every generation, somebody comes along that changes everything, that changes the game. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mindfreak of Mr. Criss Angel.
And Criss is going to perform another trick. This time he's actually being invited to do so, which I've come to find out is not as common as an occurrence as you would think.
5 very sharp needles. I'm gonna take each needle and place each one into the glass.
Once he said needles, I knew we were in for a tough watch. Let's see if he doesn't disappoint. He looks like the kid from my last wife swap video trying to muscle down his dinner.
I want you to get a shot at the inside of my mouth.
Fuck.
I was inspired by Houdini. He did an experiment with some needles, a piece of thread, and his mouth.
Alright, now you in the front row, open up your mouth. What? No, I didn't say swallow. What the hell are you? Oh, God damn it. At this point, I think Criss just gets off to people reacting in disgust to him like this. Something about people going, oh my god, really just does it for him.
Is that your ring?
Oh, yeah.
Just another reminder that Criss Angel is not an illusionist, but an illusionist. Because when I see his tricks, I feel sick. It's a bit of a play on words because while spelled the same, I put the emphasis on ill.
Minty, I love your costume. You look good.
I'm not gonna lie, the first time I saw that wretched creature, I thought it was an animatronic, but no, it seems to be a real living organism.
You know, I get all sorts of emails, and I want to thank you for taking the time out to write to me. And this one actually comes from Naomi from Pennsylvania, who asks, Criss, I watch your show every week, but never realized that you created the music. Can you tell me a little bit about your background?
You know they just made up that email. He just wanted an excuse to tell us that he makes music. But now it's time for Criss to take a trip down memory lane and visit his hometown, specifically his brother's music store. And of course he gets the warmest of welcomes because he is a mega celebrity at this point.
Now this is a welcome home. Yeah, this is a welcome home.
And also the sickest dude alive for pulling up to his hometown in a Dodge frickin' Viper.
Filming on Long Island, having all people from the hometown show up to cheer him on and just give him a really great welcoming back after being on the road for so long. It was such a great experience.
We then get a new title card not yet seen on Mindfreak before. We're used to either family members, producers, or famously Mindfreak consultants, but now we get Criss's girl. What a title. So as people flood the shop to see Criss, he ducks away behind the counter to perform another trick for us.
Your name is? Laura. Laura. I'm gonna pull out the little tab right over here. And when I pull out the little tab, you can see that the hand will spin. Everybody can see that, right? Just keep it face down and keep on spinning it like I am doing right now. I want you to think about any time that comes to mind.
You want me to call it out?
When you feel, do you feel something? Yeah. All right, what is it?
It's 3:30.
3:30.
Yeah.
What time does that watch say? What time did you stop at?
3:30.
Now, Criss has a lot of famous tricks, whether it be him dying, or something extremely gross and unsettling, or in this case, nothing at all. I'd argue this is a famous Laura Mindfreak trick, because she is the real sorcerer in the room. She's the one that actually guessed the time on the watch. All Criss did was hold onto the watch for a few seconds and pull out the pin to adjust the watch arms. I guess you could argue he enchanted it with his touch, but
Magic is such a prominent fixture with Halloween because magic as an art form tends to be about mystery and about spirits and about being a little darker.
okay, he's brought up Halloween a bunch, and this is the Halloween special, but we're almost 20 minutes in, and aside from that trick-or-treat bit, we haven't really done anything especially Halloween. His next trick is one of many just alright tricks in this episode. He basically just moves a blot of milk from one hand to the other, which, I mean, I couldn't do that, but I'm also not the star of a self-titled TV show on cable, so. Next stop for the Seaman is visiting the band Korn at their recording studio while they work on their new album, and they play a lot of what I'm certain is copyright strikeable music, so we will not be playing that, but he does make time to pull out a little Mindfreak for the gang. I imagine Criss not being prepared to do a trick right now. Like, he was planning to just stop by and say hi, like, yeah, come on, Criss, do a trick! Oh, here. Alright, I'll see you guys later. So this trick, I'm assuming is feasible. I don't know whether it's your mouth or your nose, but I know it is possible to get shit from here and then pull it out of your eyes, but with this show, you never know. Honestly, I wonder how many hundreds, maybe thousands of NDAs were signed in this show's entire run for just people not saying that he definitely didn't do any magic and they saw everything they did off camera.
Mindfreak all started in my hometown on Long Island, New York.
Now, pretty much any episode of the show, Criss looks like he's on any number of substances, but man, this episode in particular, he must be on a heavy dose of lithium because there is nothing behind those eyes. Except string, of course. Cool. Now, yet another trip down memory lane, Criss is going to visit the first magic shop he ever visited back in his hometown, and honestly, I don't know how the big Halloween special just turned into a nostalgia trip for Criss, but here we are. And of course, we get a cameo from his brother, who I always love seeing him seemingly work hundreds of different jobs in this show. They really got him doing everything. But Criss visits with the shop owner and plays around with one of the first tricks he ever did, then flashing back to a more Mindfreak appropriate version of said trick he did on the show. And as usual, shoes off, dogs out. Does Criss Angel's magic work in a similar way to the Terminator time travel, where they can't travel back in time with their clothes on, and Criss just can't use his magic with his shoes on?
We were inspired by the old timers, and now maybe you'll be inspiring some people.
Well, you know what? He inspired me. Kind of. You're not that good. Before leaving the shop, Criss does this fun little toothpick trick and even shows us how to do it. And God, I wish I had seen this before I did my shit in Vegas last year, because this trick looks like it would have been so much easier for me to do hungover in front of two Elvises. Now we're going to sit down with Christopher Knight and Andrian Curry from the hit VH1 reality show My Fair Brady, of course, and we're going to do a little card trick, which is interesting because I remember you saying you hate card tricks, Criss Angel.
I want to know how many people here hate card tricks.
Yeah.
I love all diamonds.
She'd take one diamond.
All right.
Is that 3 of Tiffany's diamonds? I didn't know you were pyro also.
Do you see that?
Shut up.
That was cool.
Thanks a lot.
Why does Criss Angel look like he's about to show up at your house to pimp your ride with this transition? Now his next C-tier trick is going to literally be just Criss guessing a number someone's thinking, with extra steps, that's it. And he of course gets a kiss on the cheek at the end, because why would he not?
Every year on Halloween, I try to make it back out to New York, to Houdini's grave.
Legend has it that strange things have occurred at 1:26 p.m. on the day that marks his death.
What if that wasn't Criss, and he just looks over like, I didn't fucking do that. What the hell was that? Alright, these multiple Criss Angel transitions are getting a bit much. What the hell is he doing? You are at a cemetery. So now we finally get to the main event for this episode, where Criss Angel is, of course, going to try and escape imminent death by way of a wood chipper.
This is Angelo. Hey, what's up, Angelo?
How's it going, Criss?
Angelo owns the wood chipper.
So let's humor this being real for a sec. Imagine a legitimate business owner who rents these things out just saying yes to this and taking on this potentially ginormous liability. Also, I had a double take there. I thought that was Mark Rober for a second. I was like, damn, he's taking this porch pirate shit seriously.
Hello! Now, the reason you put somebody in a wood chipper is because you can't recognize them afterwards. When I say can't recognize, I'm talking about the teeth get crushed. You know, you just can't. There's no identification of body. I mean, you want to get rid of a body, you put it in a wood chipper.
Thank you. I will keep that in mind.
2 officers here in Long Island, New York. They have a set of handcuffs. I asked them to bring their own handcuffs, and they brought in a peerless set of handcuffs, correct?
Smith & Wesson.
Even more difficult.
Are they there on standby to arrest the guy renting out the wood chipper if this goes south? Now, first, it's looking like this may not work because Criss needs to be able to get out of these things in 15 seconds or less. And right now, that is not happening. Also, doing it out of camera view, so do with that what you will.
He's only done 15 seconds maybe once or twice. Every other time, he's like 18, 21 seconds. So if he doesn't get out of this thing and escape before the 15 seconds,
so if he doesn't get out of these handcuffs in 15 seconds, then I'm gonna have to find a real fucking job. Bringing up the liability thing again, what if this did go south and Criss does get sucked into this thing? Imagine the cops having to go back to the station like, Chief, we really fucked up.
If you've got seconds to get handcuffs off and get out of that box before you run through a chipper shredder, anything can happen. And the next thing you know, you're in pieces. It takes some serious balls to do something like that.
Now, I know I've been lacking these past few videos not having a Pimp Shirt of the Day segment, but this guy here, the illusion technician, he wins Pimp Shirt of the Day.
Once everything is in place, I will also lock this conveyor belt so that no one can get near the switch.
So they have a lock on the button that turns off the conveyor belt, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess that there are probably a laundry list of laws prohibiting them from putting one of those over the wood chipper button.
He will have 15 seconds to escape from that box before these lines pull him into this Vermeer Model 1800 giant wood chipper.
Was a tarp reveal really necessary? I think everyone knows what a wood chipper looks like. Was anyone gonna see that and be like, holy shit, that's exactly what I was imagining a wood chipper to look like, but still.
He seems to be having trouble getting the handcuff through the hole. Criss? Oh, okay. I think
No! Alright, that was the end of the episode. So obviously they did some fakery here, but what if to pull off that illusion of the hand sticking out of the box, they just had one of the PAs in that box and someone was actually thrusted through that machine? So now that Criss Angel pulled off this trick, it's time for the famous bystander play-by-play. So, if you were gone for the past couple of minutes, here you go.
You see him going to the wood chipper and your heart drops and the next thing you know, he's popping out of the back of the truck. It's incredible. It's amazing.
They put Criss Angel in the box, and then they put the handcuffs on Criss Angel, and then they put him through the wood chipper, and then he went through the wood chipper, and then he came out, and all these pieces. But then it was Criss Angel, and he came out, and he said, "Mindfreak." Funny enough, that's actually what Criss Angel looks like now. Well, guys, that was the Criss Angel Halloween special, mainly featuring Mindfreak magic hit tier tricks. But hey, I'll take it. Now, I do want to say I was gonna dress up for this, but half of my Halloween costume isn't coming in until like a day or two after me filming this, so if you want to see what that is, if it's here by Halloween, God, I hope it is, I'll post on Instagram, so go follow me on Instagram, at ChrisTheJames, of course. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like rating down below, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Of course, check out my merch on the store tab in my channel or chrisjames.shop. With all that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching, happy Halloween, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.